We are a few days away from the launch of the Galaxy S22 series. A few months from now, we're likely to see a new iteration of Samsung's foldable devices. Seeing as the Fold 3 and the Flip 3 put out some marginal yet essential upgrades, including many quality of life software upgrades and hardware refinements, it is ever so intriguing to think about how Samsung will improve upon their current lineup of foldables. To provide a sufficient answer for this question, it's important to look at the current foldables that we have and examine certain disregarded aspects for which improvement is much needed. So here is a compilation of some trivial troubles I've had while using the Z Fold 3. Number 1. Phone cases. Now, it's easy to underestimate the importance of a phone's array of case options, be it third-party offerings from the likes of Spigen, UAG, OtterBox or more, or even the official sets directly provided by the vendors themselves. We all know that one particular shell is going to end up on our phones, given that we care about keeping our devices safe and sound from damage. The Z Fold 3 falls short in this regard, with Samsung's official S Pen flip cover failing to provide consistent front screen coverage due to its loose nature, and most robust third-party options needing to use adhesives for what they claim to be the best experience with their cases. Although the uncovered device does shut tight, most bumper cases that protrude with razivity in anticipation of drops hinder the folding experience, the core basis of which anyone would want to buy a foldable phone. Now, it's not too obtrusive, but you do lose that satisfaction of closing the slabs shut to carry in its candy bar form factor. Number 2. Unsupported apps. To shift the focus to the softer side of things for a little bit, yes, I know that most reviewers you've watched have probably talked about these things. Still, I just want to point out that most apps are so poorly optimized that there's clipping of certain elements of a video game. Funnily enough, it's even clearly shown on Samsung's official webpage with League of Legends Wild Rift. And that some apps are stretched when set to their default supported aspect ratio to fill the entire screen. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the Oppo's more squared off aspect ratio either. In fact, I personally feel that Samsung has nailed the aspect ratio of the inner display and therefore the overall dimensions of the device. However, third-party apps need to support the experience better for all foldable phones in the future to be truly just as usable as those of a more conventional candy bar form factor. Until then, the more mainstream slab-like phones that we have today will always be the default choice for many consumers in the foreseeable future. Number 3. Overheating. So this is something that doesn't bother me nearly as much, and your mileage may vary depending on the environment that you live in and some other factors, especially your usage patterns. However, the Snapdragon 888 chip is known to overheat on the two foldable devices by Samsung, and this is something Snapdragon will need to fix on their Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 scheduled to launch in May this year. Samsung will also need to work on cooling the Beasley system on a chip to be shipped in their next Fold series. If some phone cases for the Z Fold 3 feel the need to incorporate a cutout for heat to dissipate exactly where the overheating issues arise, you know you gotta fix it. Now, it's also worth mentioning that it gets hot to the touch during charging, the process of which takes a long time too, but that's a different problem entirely that I will address in my next video. On the topic of my other upcoming videos, please subscribe if you want more coverage on tech, primarily from Samsung. And do leave a like on this video if it has helped in any way. And since the new foldables will probably take up the number 4 in their name, I decided to end things off with a good note. Number 4 is a wonderful phone to use in general. I know so far I've only talked about the phone's shortcomings, but I've genuinely enjoyed using the device on many levels. And I do see the merit in using such a device. And this is coming from someone who is already a user of a much larger screen on the Tab S7 Plus, which is a full-size tablet. Being able to use such a large canvas on the go with the Fold will definitely serve some people better than others in terms of usability. And if you're someone who knows they'll definitely gain from the folding experience, you should look forward to the Galaxy Z Fold 4. Thank you for watching.